Whoa.
Okay. Got it.
Hey guys. These guys here are pointing.
Parenting on the high seas. Have we lost our minds? We'll let you decide. And for those of you who don't know us, I'm Elena. This is Riley.
What up?
This is La Vagabond, our vessel. She's taken us many places, near and far. We're about to overnight sail with our 2 children. We have nearly 4-year-old, actually not nearly. How old are you?
3.
And nearly 1-year-old by about 4 days. Hello, Mr. Darwin. What's your name? Darwin.
We've been sailing the high seas for many years now.
It's been really fun. It's had its ups and downs, obviously, but recently we welcomed 2 little children into the world, and that's kind of, honestly, opened our eyes again to all the beauty around us. It really has, it's so true. I've found myself like a child again on so many occasions, seeing something from a different perspective, a child's perspective, so that's really nice. But overnight sailing with 2 of them, I don't know if that's very nice. After last week's storm, it's never felt better lifting anchor and setting sail on our boat that didn't sink like my nightmares had convinced me it would. I'll link that video to watch later in the comments if you missed it. Anyway, today we're departing Hopetown towards Eleuthera, covering around 108 nautical miles, which means we'll be sailing in the night. And who are you?
I'm Ellie.
How's your time on board been so far?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I'm happy to be back on board after a week away, so good.
And who have we got here?
Hey, I'm David Langlois. Try to pronounce it if you're not French.
I say langusta.
Langusta, which is like lobster.
Yeah.
I'm not a lobster.
Usually we would have kind of tidied up before we started filming, but this episode is about all the chaos that goes on. And we're actually going to Eleuthera, which is a place I've always wanted to see. Everyone's seen a tiny part of the island. It's a beautiful island, really green. A lot of people say it's incredible, and maybe that would be the spot we would end up.
Quiet please. Quiet please. Obviously check the weather, but on top of that, I'm checking 4 separate models. Also the localized current storm, so lightning in real time. There's a website that does that. And looking at the tide times, so we need to exit this car at high tide. And then looking at our anchorage, so you kind of need high tide to leave and then high tide when you arrive, and daylight, and you can't have all of those things. So then I'm just figuring out the best plan that we've got, which turns out to be anchoring in open ocean down here. So we're just going to anchor kind of in the middle of nowhere, unprotected, until daylight comes, and then we'll sail in the pass.
So one thing, if you are new here, you won't know is that up until Lenny was, I think, 1, we did it all by ourselves. We didn't have any crew, which I don't recommend. We were young and fit and we thought we could do it. There were a lot of sleepless nights. And then we first had Andre on board from Portugal. He was such a good help. It kind of like made us realize how rough we'd been doing it. So now we kind of permanently have crew. We got Ellie and David on board who are amazing, and since we've had David on board specifically, he helps Riley a lot with the boat maintenance and the sailing so that I can help take care of the kids and cooking in the galley. It's just insane to try and do it all. There are many people out here on boats doing it all, and some make it, some don't. It's really not for everyone. You're ticklish. He's trying not to laugh so hard.
It's cracking, it's cracking, it's
I'm gonna get it. Very good, Lenny.
But no more.
You wanna come see what Dad's doing? So the plan is to motor out of this cut because it is super tight. We definitely would not sail through it. And then we'll hoist the sails on the other side and be on our way. Ellie just put Darwin to sleep whilst I flew the drone. And now we have a big squall. We're about to get soaking wet, so we're bringing everything inside that could get wet and putting on our wet weather gear. This is exciting. And that's like really strong wind up ahead. Can Can you hear the whistle?
Yeah.
We've just got a squall here, and had we have hoisted the main and the head sail, we would be taking a reef and winding it in right now because there's some strong wind and even more rain right here. This is like a wall of water. Ow.
Just to address one negative comment that we've had from people that just want to have a crack at us. It's like, oh, everything must be so tough with kids, with you and your nanny. That is so annoying, which it's intended to be by these trolls. Whoa. That would be fine if we were just if we were anchored and going to the beach every day. Or even then there would be a certain occasion, like when that storm came past the other day. We made an hour-long episode about it. It was ages ago now. But I mean, shit just happens on a boat, and the second something does for Elena and I, if we weren't to have help, it's dangerous. It's flat out dangerous. We really don't have a choice but to have crew. Most people normally have crew if they're just sailing. Elena and I have just never really done that. It wasn't until we had kids that we started doing it. So you can all shut up.
We went too far and she went inside there. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Might take a while.
Dried mango for the win. Is that the colour of your shirt, Lenny?
These are the best, especially this one. I don't know how they make it. It's all organic, natural, I guess.
No
But
added sugar. Like, it is the sweetest dried mango in the world. I just want to be sponsored by Mango.
you start your video with sponsored by Mango. I got it. All good. Here. So if something happens and a fish bite, this goes off, and then fish on the line, and everyone come and.
But the problem is you have to spot when the peg's gone. You don't hear it.
The best would have to have a little bell.
A bell would
Bell?
be good, yeah.
Yes, darling?
Are we going to hoist the sails?
No, unfortunately not. We would be tacking upwind for an extra 24 hours. I'm not going to put the kids through that, so we're going to hammer down and arrive at 1 AM, anchor kind of in the middle of the ocean. Well, just at a very unprotected anchorage in 9 meters of water, and then wait for sunlight and then go through the devil's backbone.
So would you say that's something that's changed since we've had kids? Like, we're more...
Oh yeah, I can't sail the way I want to. Not
Yeah.
even close. Everything revolves around these little wombats. It's so annoying. The normative subtext is everyone understands that I love them, so I can be a little bit mean to them, but everyone gets it. The funniest thing that the kids do, you reckon?
I love it how Lenny wheezes with you. So if Riley's like doing a wee in the toilet or like into the ocean, Lenny has to run up and do one too. It's so cute. Darwin's funny. He goes like that, and he like slaps my face and my chest, and he thinks it's funny. And I try and tell him no, but it is really funny, and so I guess I've encouraged it a bit. So he kind of slaps me, and I think that's really cute.
Darwin and Lenny together both just do this thing where they back away from each other and they start stomping faster and faster until they're both going
And growling.
and growling. Darwin, you give him food and he dances.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly every time.
And he actually dances to music. I just saw something on Instagram that said you can make tortillas using 2 ingredients and 1 to 1.5 cups of water, 2 cups of oats, blend it, fry it in a pan. I don't believe this. It seems too good to be true. I'm gonna give it a go. I just said this is all I'm gonna eat from now on. Like, how easy is that?
Flip it.
I already have.
No, flip it again.
Like this.
I can't do that. You're good at that.
No,
You
flip
can
it,
do it.
Elena.
You can
I
do
can't.
it.
I've never flipped one. I'm just
Just
gonna
do
splash.
it.
Oh my
Do
god! I'm
it.
just gonna splash oil all over myself.
Oh, see?
I'm good. Someone just woke up. What do you call that move?
I'm fed up.
I just figured out that Lenny was the exact age that Darwin is right now when we crossed the North Atlantic, which was a treacherous bit of the ocean at the wrong time of year. It can be done, and we did it, but it was rough as heck. And Lenny had just learned to walk. He was nearly 1. He forgot how to walk on the crossing because it was so rough. The waves were just, you know, the boat was rocking side to side. It was crazy. So for the whole time, I was pretty much carrying him around or sitting with him on the floor, going through cupboards to entertain him because he loves to pull out the pots and pans. I'm getting like all these memories. It's kind of like deja vu right now with Darwin trying to walk as the boat's rocking around. He's been walking since 9 months. He started early, I guess, because Lenny was kind of showing him what to do and he had to keep up with Lenny. Darwin does get a little bit frustrated when it is rocky and he's trying to walk around and obviously falling and hitting his head. Like, that's not very fun.
That's a vicious cloud behind us.
I know. It's like a wave.
It's reaching and prowling forward.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
We need to see some wildlife.
I've seen some flying fish
Have you? Okay.
and a wombat.
Hello, Mr. Wombat. Did you find us? Can we have some alone time? Speaking of alone time, it is really hard to actually get alone time with 2 kids. Everyone knows
Not
that.
lately, bud.
Not lately.
Come on, we've had a great run.
We have lately.
We have.
That
been
is
amazing.
true, we have.
Real purple patch.
I'm doing.
Go Lavaga.
Don't wake up Lenny. Oh, he's awake.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's Mr. Kangaroo.
Too small? Is that too small to eat? Maybe not.
Well, it has to be now.
Sometimes I'll bring Darwin down here because it's soft, the bed is soft, and he can walk around and play with the miscellaneous things up here and not hurt himself. He likes it. Finally doing your poo-poo. Darwin absolutely loves our bathroom. Every morning when we wake up, I come in here, you know, put sunscreen on my face, whatever. He's straight away putting things in the toilet. That's what he's just started to do, putting things in the toilet and the ocean. It's so bad. And he also grabs the toilet brush, which is disgusting. I put it on that side when he's in this room. Yeah, we can look, but stay sitting down, alright? Some of the obvious fears that we have on board with the kids is them going overboard, so we always have our eye on them, and also burns. We try not to let them in this whole area, especially when we're cooking, but we also have these little holders. They keep the pot in place. It could still spill over the top. That's why these pressure cookers are good. And today, on a day like today, the waves aren't very big. You don't have to use these. I'll put it on anyway just in case, because I'm about to boil a huge pot of water with a lid on it. I'm just being super cautious. Help is very far from where we are right now. Captain Lenny takes the helm. Where are we going, Lenny boy?
We're going to Aruba.
Aruba. What about the kids and seasickness?
Lenny has gotten seasick. He threw up twice now. over 4 years, so he's not quite 4 yet. And Darwin, I don't think so. But it's their level of energy is proportionate to the sea state. As it gets rougher out here, their world gets smaller and smaller and smaller, so they hang out on a bed and do almost nothing, which is great. I almost prefer it when it's rougher. You know when your shirt gets wet and you don't hang it out quite properly enough, and then the next day it stinks?
This side doesn't stink, but I smelled that sleeve earlier. Oh, it doesn't stink anymore.
So you just wear it the next day and eventually the smell goes, depending on how pongy it is. There you go, tell your friends.
And it does me a secret because I don't know anything.
Okay, ready? Did you know that Dada's shirt stinks?
What?
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Dada, what?
Nothing.
Who eats spaghetti off a plate? We need to answer this definitively. I'm a bowl, Elena's a plate. I just think that it's completely ridiculous to attempt to eat. It slides off the plate, man.
Nah, because then you can put lots of pepper on it and, I don't know, eat what you want and put it in, I don't know, that you have to dig. You have to dig to the bottom to get the spaghetti.
Let me know in the comments below. This is very important stuff.
And more on topic, let us know what you do with your kids to entertain them. These Mr. Men books?
Yeah, Emmy got us to get them.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be
Mr. Men books, collect them all.
assist in cognitive development.
Lenny loves these books, so we're always reading him a book. Topsy-turvy, put them on his hands. They don't go, socks don't go on your hands. Darwin's asleep. Lenny was nearly asleep, and then Riley asked me to watch him put the anchor bridle on, just preparing for when we anchor at midnight. He just wants someone to be watching him in case he fell overboard, which he won't, but he's just being super careful. So I'm watching him. And you should be laying down going to sleep now, hey?
Yeah, but I'm so not sleepy.
You're not sleepy.
Yeah, because I'm not sleepy.
Well, how do you think you can get more sleepy? Should we read another
I
book?
need something I can let you sleep. But nothing is gonna touch my sleep.
Can you think of anything that might help?
Pillow can make me sleep.
The pillow can make you sleep. Why don't you lay on it?
What? But that would be terrible.
So we've just anchored. The Devil's Backbone is just over there. We've anchored in a completely exposed, unprotected area. There's swell from everywhere coming in. It's not that uncomfortable because there's no wind. There's no wind, so we had to motor all day. It's the most motoring I've done in, I don't know, God knows how long. It's about 1:30, and it's good I'll be able to have a sleep tonight, and then we can sail. The wind should fill in tomorrow a little bit, hopefully, and then we can sail up this channel here, which is what I'm really looking forward to doing. There's these crazy squalls that are around the place, so there's no wind, lots of hurricane juice, lots of these powerful storms that are just all scattered all along the horizon. You can see lightning strikes kind of everywhere. No, not everywhere, but enough that I'm concerned, especially considering how exposed we are. So I've got an anchor alarm set, and I'll be sleeping with one eye open. You can't sleep with one of your eyes open, can you? Ridiculous.